Do you feel like you're constantly swimming against the current or upstream and you're forcing things to happen? What if there was a way for you to instead attract what you want and to live with greater flow and ease? Today, I'm going to teach you how to move from force energy to flow energy so that you can live a life that you love. So, what does forceful energy feel like? Forceful energy often feels like we're fighting the current. If you can imagine standing on a paddleboard and trying to go up the stream, or in a canoe or a kayak, you can feel that it would take a lot more energy, a lot more effort. And pretty soon we get tired, we get fatigued, we get discouraged. And typically we end up quitting on our dreams, or we have this sense that I've just got to work harder. I've got to double down my efforts. And we try to force or to make it happen. And while we can accomplish some things in that energy, we can make some things happen, it can be exhausting and it's usually not sustainable and typically leads to burnout or quitting on things that are important to us. So force energy is really in this push energy. It's the make it happen energy. And unfortunately, in our culture, it's often celebrated. I'm so busy. I'm working harder. I worked till this hour last night, or I put in this many hours this week. And it's encouraged. There is another way. When we learn how to harness the laws of the universe, we can work with those laws to be in more flow, where you've got that canoe or kayak or paddleboard pointed downstream, and that stream is carrying you right into your goal. The first thing required, of course, is to have a destination. Just like that river is highly interested in getting to a larger body of water, and it's in flow and it's got a destination in mind, we need a destination in mind. Typically, what happens when we get into force energy or make it happen energy, we've lost sight of our goal. We've lost sight of our vision, and we're simply putting out fires. We're getting through the day. We're doing what we can, and we're just really in this push energy. Refocusing your attention and your energy on your vision and your goals is essential to turning that boat around to go more in flow. When was the last time you connected with your vision? I have a tool to support you in really defining that vision, connecting to that vision. It's the Live on Purpose Toolkit. Make sure you download that. It's going to help you reconnect to your vision, reconnect to your goals, to move out of that force energy into the flow energy. So refocus on your goals. The other thing we can learn from nature is that when a river is flowing and it comes across a fallen tree, a boulder, some sort of obstacle in its way, it doesn't just stop and try to remove that boulder. What does it do? It goes over it, it goes around it. It doesn't allow that obstacle to stop it. Notice if you've moved into push energy or force energy, where have you become highly interested in the problems, in the obstacles, and you're trying to remove those obstacles and you're pushing against the barriers that feel like they're in the way. The mental move in that case is to, again, refocus on your vision and to start thinking about solutions. What's a step I can take? How can I keep moving forward? Take your energy and your attention off of the boulder, off of the challenge, and get it back onto the vision and on moving forward. What's a step you can take? The other way that we get into that force energy or that make it happen energy is typically what's happened is we've moved into attachment, where we have high attachment to the result that we want to accomplish. So what that means, and you see me doing this, it's like we're holding our goal with a tight fist, where we're so attached that this has to happen. It has to happen on my timeline. And we're so attached to it, it's like we're strangling it. And it's this really contractive, constrictive energy. Where we want to shift to is high desire. I'm in love with this vision, but low attachment. And that low attachment is, I'm not attached to how it's going to happen. I'm not attached to the timeline. You'll have a preference, but you're holding your goals, you're holding your visions more with an open hand. When we're in high attachment energy, we often are so head down and working that we miss opportunities that were available right in front of us. So starting to hold your goals, holding your vision with an open hand, where yes, you would love it. Yes, you have a preference on how that's going to work and the timeline, but you're open to other opportunities, other ways that could happen. And as you hold your vision and your goals with more of an open hand, watch what happens. You'll move more into that flow energy, and you'll start to see opportunities, people, resources present themselves that were there all along. You just couldn't see them because you were in attachment or force energy. If you're in push or force energy, the other thing to dial up in your life is gratitude and appreciation. If you're trying to make something happen and force something to happen, typically we're not pausing to really cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Take a breath, pause, and start to notice how far you've come. Celebrate your growth. Look at what is happening, what you can be grateful for. And when we're in that attitude of gratitude, we know that what we appreciate appreciates. So taking some time to slow down, to pause, to move to gratitude will help you align with greater flow, greater attraction, greater abundance. If you're somebody who's been in the, I gotta make it happen, double down my efforts, work harder, longer, faster, practice these tools on a regular basis and watch what happens as you start to not just attract your goals to you more quickly, but really live a life that's full spectrum success where you can enjoy the journey as well. I'm Stacey Berger. Here is to you living a life that you love.